Well, hey, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone. This is
This is,
to you.
and this is Michael Gross, Dr. Michael Gross. We are so thrilled to be here on this really special Sunday.
I'm happy.
I think he's had too much sugar already. Honestly, we're here with a wonderful message today, and we're going to try and keep it right the 30-minute mark, okay? Because everybody's we get busy carrying on and stuff, but we have a really serious message for you today. And Michael just said that we should talk about our belief systems. So before we get into that, I want to go ahead and wish everybody a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Lots of candy to all of you.
Yeah, be careful with your candy though. Okay, double check it before you actually eat it, because you never know what you might get. And I have to share this because I don't know if you saw this on Facebook yesterday.
No.
I bought a bunch of raspberries. And in the very last raspberry that I put in my cottage cheese, I pulled something out of the center because I thought it was, just a little piece of the stem. It was a bug. It was a giant moth.
Oh my God.
That came out of my raspberry. So on that note, remember to check your goodies before you let your children eat whatever's inside the bag. Okay.
Wow.
I thought,
did you share your meal with the moth though?
You know what? The moth was already gone. It was birthed out already.
Ooh.
But what a wonderful meal that critter had before it left. And,
what a way to go.
And what I decided to do was I gave them an honorable burial.
All right.
I did not eat that raspberry, but you know what? Just check your berries and check your candy. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay.
All right.
We have our moments, right? That was that happened yesterday. I'm like, ooh, if you go to my Facebook page and
I
picture,
did see it. I did see it.
I thought, oh man,
it was really bugging me to look at it. All right.
Okay, and on top of that, that's not the way you want to eat your protein.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm good.
Michael's got his feet on the plug. Okay, here we go. Dr. Michael Gross is the author of The Spiritual Bodyguard. Best book ever.
Thank you. And this is my sister next to me. This is her book, Healing the Holes in Your Soul. It's a beautiful, wonderful book. And I hope you all get the book. It's a story of inspiration, of survival, of love, and self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. Great book.
Both of them are great books. I've read that one. The one he's holding, I've read that one.
Me too. I read this too.
I've read this one too. I swear. These are the best books ever. And we might be a little bit biased, you think?
No, not us. Not at all.
But you know what? I have to say this just because it's almost because it's almost trick or treat time, right? These would make great holiday gifts. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Imagine putting this under the tree for someone, because right before you get to Halloween, then you get to Thanksgiving, and then you get to that big one at the end of December.
Cool.
And I'm not going to say anything more than that. Okay. Dr. Michael Gross, I'm going to give you a little heads up.
Promo.
Well, we have to, because some people here, thank you so much for actually popping in and sharing some of your Sunday afternoon with us. And for those of you who don't know, Dr. Michael Gross is an author, professional keynote speaker, transformational coach, and an entrepreneur. For more than 3 decades, he has been on a spiritual path as an intuitive, a healer, a spiritual counselor, and an incredible teacher. Okay, I wrote that one in. Let me stay serious. Through the guidance of spirit, Michael has assisted others in their personal quest for self-empowerment, helping them to create the lives that they have long sought and to bring forth their intuitive abilities. Michael currently teaches classes in Reiki, spirituality, self-empowerment, and other modalities in concert with God, the true source. He has also achieved great success and miraculous healings. he remains really humble and knows that the work he does all comes from God, the true source. He has an amazing history of working with a lot of wonderful people, and I'm throwing this one in because I'm one of the most grateful recipients. Okay. On that note, Michael lives in Lakewood, Washington, and he has launched a brand new nonprofit
called the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. And sitting to one side of me, because I don't know whether you're looking at the left or right, because we look differently, is my director of
the Division of
Survival
and Recovery of Abuse. We're still working on the name. We keep forgetting it.
That's all right.
It's okay. We'll get back to you on all the specifics later. But on that one, what I wanted to do was, once again, our topic is our belief systems. And I'm going to go ahead and let Michael take it away. Stop shaking the table.
Thank you. Well, everyone, thank you for being with us and giving up some time. And we really appreciate it. And I was thinking, what am I to speak about today? And I really never know. Sometimes True Source says, speak about this or a few days in advance, but this was like 3 minutes in advance. And this is so great, but our belief system is so important. Because you see, everything we believe or whatever we think about will eventually manifest into our life. And we have to look at our life as one grand manifestation. So whatever your belief system is, whatever you're feeling, whatever your truth is, that's what's going to happen. And if we look at ourselves over the years and look at a little child, it's their birthday, and they want a little, computer, but in my day, we wanted an electric train or we wanted a bicycle or whatever.
Barbie.
Pardon me?
It was Barbie doll for me.
No, I wasn't into that, but that's cool.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Sorry.
What happened was you would get that for your birthday, but you believed it would happen. Or maybe for Christmas. And you believed that would happen. And I remember when I went for my driver's license, I was nervous, but I believed I would pass, and I did. Well, I think of all the things, and you too, I'd like you to spend all the time while I'm speaking of these belief system that is so important. Think of what you created by your belief system. And it's really a double-edged sword. So you created joy, happiness, prosperity, abundance, perfect health, and you created challenges in your life. And unfortunately, but it's a good thing, sometimes we learn from our challenges. And one of my favorite quotes, amongst others, is Henry Ford: whether you think you can do a thing or whether you think you can't do a thing, you're right. And that's so important for us to look at what you think and what he said. Henry Ford went bankrupt several times before he finally got Ford Motors going. A lot of people didn't know that, yes. And Thomas Alva Edison tried so hard to invent the electric light bulb, but he believed he would. And the creditors would come, he'd sleep under his desk or hide under his desk, and he finally was able to do it. And there are so many other stories. Roger Bannister in England broke the 1 minute mile because he believed he could many years ago. And there was a great runner called Dave Waddell, who always wore a baseball cap. He was always last, and he ended up being in first place because he believed he could. And look at you. You believed that you wanted to buy a house or a car, wanted a certain job. And somehow along our life, our belief system becomes skewed. And it goes from positive to negative to positive to negative. And right now, all over the world, it's so negative because we're living in fear. And there's that old story. If you tell a lie long enough, or you repeat whatever long enough, even if it's the truth, people will believe you. And we've forgotten to listen to our soul. President Ronald Reagan said, trust, but verify. And think about that. Trust, but verify. And in our life, the old cliches, I got extra money. The person will say, my car will probably break down. Yep. The car breaks down, they got to spend it. Spend the money to fix it. or money burns a hole in my pocket, as they say, and we're going to lose the money. All these cliches that we have becomes part of our belief system. Oh, four-leaf clover. Wow, it's going to bring me good luck. Is the four-leaf clover bring you good luck? No, it's your belief system.
It's like your lucky bowling shirt.
Yes, exactly. And you know, I was in Aruba with a friend of mine. I used to be a consultant for an international company. And he said, oh, this is my lucky slot machine. And he put, I don't know, $2 in and he hit it for $500. That's all it paid. Well, okay. Oh, this is my lucky slot machine. I'm going to win money. And I put a lot of energy in it. For $1, nothing. Second dollar, won $500. Wow.
Nice.
So I can manifest that by my belief system. And that's so important for us to manifest it by our belief system. And if we look around at our life, what have we really believed that we created? You know, what your truth was at 10 is different at 20, it's different at 40, it's different at 50, and so on and so forth. But there's an other side of the belief system, besides being a double-edged sword. And that is, do we adopt belief systems of others? And is it healthy for us? So in the case of Henry Ford, whether you think you can do a thing or whether you can't do a thing, you're right. That's a healthy one. Or like the true source said to me, what you think you create, what you create you experience. That's a healthy thing. Or the other quote that I posted recently, the thoughts of today become your reality tomorrow, which was from the true source. So where is your belief system? Where are you stuck? Where are you living in fear? Look at the life that you're leading right now. What is happening to your life? There are moments of joy and happiness, yes. And there are moments of fear and doubt and insecurity. What if we, on this planet, all thought of something positive? And I know I've said this before, but I have two important cliches in my life. You don't know where you're going, you can't get lost. Now it's humorous.
I love that one. I love that one.
Thank you. But you know what? It opened up so many doors for me. I didn't have a narrow focus, my way or the highway. I've had so many experiences. Granted, some were loving, joyous, and happy, and some were painful.
Did you ever say, oh, I shouldn't have done that?
I've said that, yes.
Shouldn't have done that.
Many times. But it made me who I am.
Yeah.
It made this woman over here, made her who she is through all her trials and tribulations. And it's so important for us to realize it. And of course, the other one, excuse me, is what I know postulate all the time. I'm trying to find the right words to say, but you are unlimited. And that is so important. I truly believe that. And once you embrace that, every door will open up. I remember my mother, and I mentioned this once before, said, Michael, you can do anything. And I forgot all about it. But anytime a job opportunity came up or something for me to do, I realized I can do anything. I can do anything. Boy, did I get myself in some big challenges. I will tell you that one. But I always seemed to bail out of them, which was wonderful. And you know, our Russell Wilson, which is our quarterback for our Seattle Seahawks, he grew up and his father said, why not you? Why not you? Why not you? And he tells his team that. What I'd like all of you to do is embrace something in your belief system. Come out with 3 or 4 thoughts and words and embrace that. For me, you're unlimited. I stopped to think, as my mother said, you can do anything, Michael. What would happen? What would happen if my mother or father or someone said, you're unlimited? Where would I be today? Probably where I am now, or even better. But these are part of our belief system. This is what controls us. And whether it's religious, business, society, government, whatever it is, it will resonate within your body and it will create your life. I remember, can't remember the president, but he said, wipe out inflation now. That was just the one I think after Nixon, when he was impeached. Can't remember his name, but it's so important. So, what would you like to think about? How about I am healthy, I am successful? And I would like to throw up another thought because the true source was telling me there's no such thing as failure because we have that belief system we failed. But in truth, you didn't fail. You learned something. You learned what worked and didn't work. Sometimes we have to learn things that way. And that's so important because we grow. So if you looked at everything in your life as growth and as positivity, what would happen to your life now? I meet so many people, some abused, some have been horrendous lives, some grew up in poverty, and all of a sudden they're successful and prosperous and abundant because they overcame everything in their life. I met children who had single parents and made something of their lives. And I also met them who wiped out their lives, figuratively speaking, destroyed their lives through drugs and alcohol because their belief system was they weren't worthy. We are all on this planet to learn about self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. It's a theme I talk about all the time. And sometimes I feel.
Yes, you do.
Yes, and I feel it's going in one ear and out the other. Or it retains with you for about 10 or 20 seconds or 1 minute, and you go back into your old habits. One of the things we have to understand is we have a cellular memory. Of course we do. And we are pre-programmed by our parents, by our experiences, even by religion, by our growing up teachers, whomever they will be or are, to believe a certain way. This cellular memory goes into our life. For example, if you're a golfer and you perfect your swing, you got this cellular memory in your arm, or perhaps you're bowling, or perhaps you're playing baseball, or tennis, or perhaps you're a writer, or perhaps you're a doctor, or a nurse, or an entrepreneur. All those things are in your mind, are in your body, and they play over and over and over and over again. You know, I've often said that 94% of our thinking comes from our subconscious mind, 6% from the conscious mind. So that belief system, over and over and over, even though you're not aware of it. And then sometimes you catch yourself. And then you have to change your thinking. This is the time on our planet where we have to be introspective. It means we got to look at our lives. Look at what we believe in. Look at what we're achieving. You are very successful. You know why? Because at this point, no matter what your status in life, you made it to this point. And when you're listening to this message, it's because the true source and your soul wants you to get this message. Because as I look at everybody, I'm going to reiterate this many, many times. My mission and goal is to share with everybody. You are the solution. You can change everything in your life and on this planet. You are the solution. And you can make a difference. That's so important. You probably wonder, who am I? There's 8.5 or 9 billion people. I'm only one person. That's true. You're only one. But part of our belief system is we need to remember we're all interconnected. We are very much interconnected. And I'll demonstrate one way. When computers came out in the 80s, I believe, the basic computers, and people struggled with it. And sometimes, well, I'll be truthful, most of the time I struggle with technology.
Me too. Me too.
But the kids 7, 8, and 9, they take to it like a duck takes to water. Because you and I, we opened the door. And we opened the door to the technology to learn it. And you might call it osmosis. But through that energy, see, we're sending out energy 24/7. And we're picking up that energy consciously and unconsciously. You may not be aware of it, but think about, oh, my friend John Doe that lives 12,000 miles away. You better call him. And you call him, you know, I was really thinking of you. Or You pick up your child or loved one or someone, I don't think they feel right or sick, and you call up and they said, yeah, I'm really sick. So we are communicating telepathically at all times. And because we are, our moods are creating our world. Not only our world around you, your microcosm, but the macrocosm, because of your belief system. And if we realize that is our belief system, truly believe it, then what happens is we're going to create it. You know, during the Spanish flu, they say millions of people died, and the records weren't too accurate, but probably true. But there were caregivers that never, ever got sick. Same the way with the flu and the COVID virus right now. There are caregivers that never, ever got sick because their belief system, I don't have time, I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm a mother, a father. Nope, never. And I have a good friend, and his daughter came down with the COVID virus, and he and his wife said, nope, don't have time, and never got sick because that was their belief system. But your belief system has to be rock solid. That's what's so important. Because through your belief system, you have faith. So faith is intertwined with belief. And it's your faith that is creating your life. Your faith in success or failure, or doubt or insecurities. Remember years ago, I had students that I was teaching, and they were struggling. And I sat there and said, you know, Hugh Sort said, take a look at numbers. And I did, look at all the wealth of the world. And this was about 15, 20 years ago. And I don't remember the exact number, but I said to all my students, some of you are struggling financially, some of you aren't. But when you look at all the money in the world, there's enough money for each one of you to have a minimum, got the word out, minimum of $5 million. Maybe the number was higher a little. And she came back to me 6 months later and she said, I used to think twice about having a latte because, you know, Seattle is the coffee capital of the world. And I said, the heck with it, she said. I bought my coffee because I enjoyed it. And then our business began to prosper. And we moved out of one place to another place to another place to finally a huge, huge building. And the business kept prospering. Because she said, if there's enough money in the world for $5 million, then why am I struggling? I am now successful. I am now, get it? Now, not will be, someday, maybe, perhaps, but I am now, which became part of her belief system. And the business is doing phenomenal, as I say. And still is 20 years later, 15 years later. So think about what your belief system is. What are you creating? And there was an old expression, fake it till you make it.
Oh, I've heard that one.
You heard that, right?
I've heard that a lot.
And that is not being, I'm going to have diamonds and, you know, fool everybody. Feel within you that success or that opportunity to achieve whatever you so desire, or the love of your life, or the home of your life, or the car of your life, or the relation of your life. You know, as we grow older and older, we struggle to have success and take care of our families. And finally, we reach a point where your children are off on their own. You know, we don't own our children. They're only on loan as they go off to do what they need to do.
Yep.
And what you have instilled in them and your thoughts is what makes them successful. And I look at my children. And a lot of you don't know my history, but a little bit I'll tell you. I owned several businesses back in Boston with a group buying and selling businesses. And my children had to work in my business. And today, they're successful entrepreneurs. Yeah, they work their tail off at times, but they're very successful. What I didn't realize at the time is I instilled within them that they can do anything. And so they've done so many things in their lives. And today they're successful. Nothing makes a parent more joyous and more happy in their whole life than to know that their children are not struggling in life, but are successful. and they don't have to be dependent upon mom and dad. Oh, I'm getting a sign. We're running out of time?
Yeah.
Oh, I could talk for hours more. So remember these things, that your belief system is your truth. And whatever your truth is, you are now accomplishing and creating and manifesting. I want to remind all of you that you are unlimited and that we have a call-in every Tuesday evening, Pacific Standard Time at 6:30 p.m. And it goes to approximately 7:30. And in doing this, you ask questions about spirituality. Hopefully I can answer them. And I deliver another 10-minute message. And there are now almost 200 of them. This week coming will be 200. And Tia, would you share that number?
I'd be happy to. It's 202-926-1059. One more time. 202-926-1059. And
the
Michael?
access code is 125-446-pound. 125-446-pound. And we have a call-in. And the call-in number is a repeat, and it starts from starts from number 3 to 200. And with those numbers, when you're bored, stuck in traffic in a car, listen to a 10-minute message, because I assure you, it will inspire you. It will create you to think, to change your life, to change your belief system, to discover who you truly are. And the number is?
Okay, the recorded calls are at 434-300-4170. One more time, 434-300-4170. And the access
code is the same. Behind door number 1, 125-446-pound. 125-446-pound. And one other message. The second Saturday of every month at 9:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11:01 PST, I deliver a beautiful message. And the message is to ask all of you to join me, to work with the true source, to send unconditional love to the inhabitants on this planet. It starts where I speak 2 or 3 minutes, maybe a little more, a little less, and then it's done in silence. So should you join us a little late, we're still there. But each individual on this call is a conduit for sending the true source's unconditional love through their heart of love to everyone on this planet. It is so powerful. And I encourage all of you to join us, because together we are the solution. We are making a difference. Thank you, everyone. I wish you well. I wish you fulfillment of your dreams. I wish you perfect health. And I wish you to create your life with a new positive belief system. Take care, everybody.
One more time.
One more time.
One more time, Michael. All the information that Michael just gave you will also be in the comments. And we come to you every Sunday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And if you've missed the second Saturday of the month, I highly encourage you to schedule it in your calendar for November, because it's an experience that you will remember the rest of your life, and you know in your soul that you're going to be helping the planet as well as all the people that are here. And we really, truly need to share unconditional love right now more than ever. So on that note, one more time. Okay, guys, here you go. This is Michael's book. I really, really recommend that you get it. It's a beautiful book. It has a lot of valuable content in it, and it will change your life.
And this is Tia's book, and it will change your life. And it's a story of inspiration and joy. Because remember, you are unlimited.
Limited.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste.